first most important thing that you got to do to decide how to manage your time is to actually make priorities. You got to decide what comes first. We all are here on this planet because we are meant to take action, meant to, bring something more to the human race.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Mohammed Asif Raza and I have today in today's video I have with me Mr. Serge from United States of America. So first of all, thank you so much sir for managing your time for this interview. So kindly give a brief
You're very
introduction.
welcome.
Kindly give a brief introduction about yourself.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Like you said, we've been going back and forth for a while. Finally, we were able to connect. My name is Serge Gagnon, and I'm actually in Canada, which is pretty close to the United States. We're right up there. And I'm a blogger and traction marketer, personal branding. I'm also a creator of a website called Click eCourse. I've done lots of different things, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now with daily episodes on course income secrets.
That's great. You're handling multiple projects, and well, the questions would be in today's video will be pretty generic, like some critical thinking skills questions. So the first question here is that how can we effectively manage our time? Because every individual in this world has same 24 hours. So it depends on us that how effectively we manage our those 24 hours. So what would be your suggestion that how can we manage our time?
That's a really amazing question. It's so important to be able to manage our time. And, everybody has, like you said, the same hours. We all have different things. For me, personally, I have a family, I have a wife, I have kids, I have a day job, and I'm doing all these crazy projects after hours, right? Social media planning, all sorts of different things. So how do you manage that, right? Well, I think the first most important thing that you got to do to decide how to manage your time is to actually make priorities. You got to decide what comes first, and then you plan that out, and then next you plan the next thing out, and then you plan the next thing out. So you're not going all over the place wondering, should I be doing this, should I be doing that? You kind of have a layout of what you should be doing. That's really the best way you can manage your time, because nobody can manage their time really. It's scheduling and organizing.
Exactly. Well, scheduling and organizing your day can certainly help you manage those 24 hours. Very well said, sir. So, moving on to the next question, that is about visualizing positive thoughts. Because, in this COVID-19 period, most of us are depressed because they're isolated from people and not alone. So without that physical interaction, it becomes difficult to visualize positive thoughts because we get depressed when we're not interacting with people physically. So what would be your suggestion to visualize positive thoughts and to overcome depression?
Oh, that's another really good question. I mean, that's something that I don't personally struggle with, so it's really hard for me to relate. But I can certainly imagine that somebody who is struggling with being apart, right? Because, like you said, because of COVID, I mean, we're all apart, we're all remote. There's no physical, there's no hugging, there's no, shaking hands. None of that stuff is happening. So I guess the best thing you can do is that at least use video when you're trying to communicate through these like we're doing right here with Zoom, right?
Zoom,
Communicate
yes.
through video. At least you'll be able to see the expression, you'll be able to see the faces. Next is of course voice conversations versus just texting, right? So anything you can do to increase the human interaction, right, which is
Yes.
outside of words, whether it's audio or video, that will really help. And if you can have daily or at least weekly interactions with other people, that'll definitely help there.
Yes, exactly. Very well described. Again, moving on to the next question, that is about constructive criticism. That what are your thoughts about constructive criticism? And if you have two options, whether to correct someone or let them stay arrogant because they won't be able to understand you.
So the question about constructive criticism, yeah, that again, that's something that I'm not a person who struggles too much with that. I welcome people telling me, you're doing this, you could do this better. And I think that what I've learned over the years about telling others about things that I'd like them to improve, whether it's my employees, my virtual assistants I hire online, or the people that work with me, or even my wife and kids, right? The secret, I think, is what they call a sandwich. So you sandwich the well, it's almost like a reprimand, whether it's a reprimand or constructive. Lots of times we say constructive criticism, we mean a negative thing, right? We mean something that we think they're doing wrong, or we think they could improve, but really criticism is positive or negative. It's really how you receive it. But okay, so the sandwich is basically what you do is you first find something you like or you're happy about with what the person's doing. Then you tell them what you want them to improve. Then you say them another positive things, and that helps to frame the person in a positive mindset before they receive your criticism, right? If somebody's not I don't know, loading the paper right in the copier, instead of saying that's not right, don't load the paper like that, you got to do it like this, you just say, hey, I really appreciate you loading the paper in the tray whenever it's empty. That really makes a difference, because nobody else has to do it. But by the way, did you know that you need to put it this way, or you need to do this first? And again, thanks so much for doing it. That really appreciate it, right? So that's the sandwiching kind of way of doing it.
That's a great thing, that responding with positive feedback when you're receiving negative feedback. But there's a one problem. If that negative comment is someone from your person who is caring or is closer to you, like your brother or maybe your sister, then you feel hurt or broken from inside, because that is the person you expect to not be saying that negative thing. So what would be you do if that negative feedback is from someone who is closer to you?
That's, yeah, I would have to say that it's whenever you have a feeling of being attacked, try to remember that the person isn't saying that because they want to hurt you. They're saying that because they want to help you. And one thing that always helped me in the past was that trying to remember that anybody who says something that hurts me wouldn't hurt them if they received it. So they're not purposely trying to hurt you, right? So that's one of the things that helps to. It's not always easy, because feelings, we can't necessarily control our feelings. We can't control how we feel, but we can control how we react. And
Yes.
that's really a secret, right? Trying to control how we react.
Yes, exactly. Very well said. We have to control our reactions and emotions as well. So, so now moving on to the last question of this conversation, a very interesting one as well. According to your opinion, what is the purpose of human existence?
The purpose of human existence. Wow,
Yes,
that's a really
interesting.
big question.
Big question.
I
Yes.
think that we all are here on this planet because we are meant to take action, meant to bring something more to the human race. We're here to grow the culture, to grow so that's why well, personally, that's why I'm an entrepreneur, because for me is I want to build something that will help others to accomplish more, to
Yes.
to be more, right, to have more. And lots of times
Exactly.
people say, well, you're just doing it to make money. But you know what? I won't make any money. I won't make any kind of results. I won't make any kind of success if I can't help others get results and get success and get income, right?
Exactly.
So
The
that's
ultimate purpose is to help others and without expecting them to help you back. That's very well said.
exactly. That's well said. That's super important, to not expect
Expect them
others
to
to
help
give you
you.
whatever you gave them, right?
Yes,
Because they talk about
exactly.
giving, right? That's yeah.
It's a very strong
Yeah.
concept, and that concludes our conversation. And is there any message you want to convey to the people here in Pakistan?
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is thank you so much for being persistent and communicating back to me. And I feel that you're going to go far. I really like these interviews. I was looking at your channel, seeing all the different interviews you have. I think that's awesome. And I really appreciate being here. And obviously, if anybody, I don't know how much you allow this, but I would love to have people come to my blog, come to my website and see what I'm about, because I'm here to help people as well, right?
Exactly.
And so
I
I'm not
will
sure
put
if
that
you.
link of your blog in the description
Okay,
of the video, and the people will love to visit your blogs. Yes.
perfect. That I really appreciate that. That's really amazing. And like I said, I think it's awesome what you're doing, and just keep it up. And that's one of the things that I've learned online over the last 5 years, is being persistent, being consistent, doing things even though it's like what, midnight or 11 p.m. for you right now.
Yes.
You're doing it, right? You're going ahead, you're taking action. So that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks
so
again.
much, sir, for appreciation, and lots of love from Pakistan.